Good evening. It's Tuesday, March 2, 2021 here in Cebu City. I'm Cherry Ann Lim and this is SunStar Tonight. More than 700 healthcare workers at the Vicente Sotto Memorial Medical Center will be inoculated with the newly arrived Sinovac vaccine. Inoculations begin on Thursday, March 4, with Hospital Director Dr. Gerardo Aquino heading the list. Tari Coronel reports.
Cebu will start its vaccination rollout on March 4. The Department of Health Central Visayas said around 700 healthcare workers of Vicente Sotto Memorial Medical Center have confirmed to be inoculated with the Sinovac COVID-19 vaccine. A total of 7,200 doses of Sinovac vaccine intended for healthcare workers in Vicente Sotto arrived this morning. This is the first batch of COVID-19 vaccines for Cebu. VSMMC Medical Director Dr. Gerardo Aquino and IATF Visayas Chief Implementer retired General Melquiades Feliciano will be among the first to receive the vaccine. Aquino said they are targeting to finish the vaccination in 7 days. However, he added that the vaccines are already good for second dose as well. DOH Central Visayas spokesperson Mary Jean Loreche said any excess will be used by other medical frontliners from their DOH-retained hospitals in the region, while another 7,000 doses of vaccine is expected to arrive anytime between March 4 to 8, which are still allocated for medical frontliners in both private and government health facilities. Meanwhile, DOH said 756 individuals were inoculated on the first day of the country's COVID-19 vaccination program. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III said mostly were healthcare workers and uniformed personnel. DOH Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergire said of the 756, 13 experienced common and minor adverse events following inoculation. She said 7 experienced high blood pressure, 3 experienced pain at the injection site, 1 had rashes, 1 had a headache, and another had nausea. She added recipients of the vaccine were monitored for up to 30 minutes at the vaccination site as part of the process of the vaccination program. The Philippines kicked off its vaccination program a day after the arrival of 600,000 doses of the Sinovac vaccine that were donated by China. Chari Coronel, SunStar Tonight.
6 South African variant cases and 30 additional UK variant cases have been detected in the Philippines. Also, 2 more cases with mutations have been detected in Central Visayas. Kenneth Torres reports.
The Department of Health has confirmed that 6 South African variant cases have been detected in the country. DOH said that these cases were found among the 8th batch of 350 samples sequenced by the UP Philippine Genome Center. The 3 cases are residents of Pasay City. 2 are returning overseas Filipinos, while the 6th is still being verified. DOH said that the South African variant has not been proven to cause a more severe form of COVID-19. Aside from the South African variant, 30 additional cases with a B117 or UK variant were also detected, 20 of which are returning overseas Filipinos, 3 local cases, and the other 7 have yet to be classified. These brought the total UK variant cases in the country to 87. Meanwhile, health authorities also found 2 additional cases with mutations of interest from the samples from Central Visayas. These cases were found to contain both the N501Y and E484K mutations. The total number of cases in Central Visayas rose to 34 since 2 cases were delisted upon further verification. DOH called on to public to adhere to minimum health standards to prevent community transmission and further virus mutations. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
SunStar Tonight will be right back after this short break. The cities of Talisay, Mandaue, and Lapu-Lapu will no longer require a COVID-19 test result from travelers coming in from other local government units. Chari Coronel reports.
The cities of Talisay, Mandaue, and Lapu-Lapu welcomed the decision of the Interagency Task Force to standardize travel protocols for land, air, and sea. Talisay City Mayor Samsam Gulyas said the city government will follow the new guidelines set by the IATF. The city will no longer require acceptance letter and travel authority for travelers from other local government units. With the new executive order issued by the province of Cebu, travelers will no longer be required to undergo swab test. However, Gulyas said that the city can still provide documentary requirements for those traveling to other areas from Talisay City if required by the LGU of destination. He asked Talisaynons to adhere to the minimum health protocols. Those arriving individuals with symptoms of COVID-19 are encouraged to report immediately to the city's COVID hotline number. Lapu-Lapu City Mayor Jonard Chan also welcomed the further easing of travel protocols. Chan said he will issue a new EO waiving the mandatory COVID test and other documentary requirements for travelers entering the city. Travelers going to Mandaue City will also no longer be required to undergo swab test and present travel authority. IATF approved Resolution Number 101, which further eases travel protocols. Authorized persons outside residence or APUR from national government agencies and their attached agencies need only to present their identification card, travel order, and travel itinerary. They must also pass screening for symptoms at ports of entry and exit. If an LGU will still require COVID-19 test, this will be limited to RT-PCR. Chari Coronel, SunStar Tonight.
The country's third telecommunications provider, DITO, will commercially launch its services on March 8th in selected areas in Mindanao and the Visayas, including Cebu. Kenneth Torres reports.
DITO Telecommunity is set to start its rollout in selected cities and municipalities in Visayas and Mindanao on March 8th. In an interview with Presidential Communications Operations Office, Secretary Martin Andanar, DITO Chief Administrative Officer Adel Tamano confirmed it will initially launch its mobile services in Metro Cebu and Metro Davao. Metro Cebu areas include cities of Cebu, Mandaue, Talisay, Danao, Naga, and Carcar, and the municipalities of Consolacion, Liloan, Minglanilla, and San Fernando. While Metro Davao areas include the cities of Davao, Digos, Panabo, and Tagum, and the town of Carmen. DITO is the country's third telco player. However, Tamano clarified that their initial coverage is only at 37%. He said that they target to include the National Capital Region before the year ends. By 2022, he added, they target to offer broadband services. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
Today is a special day for the most beloved children's author, Dr. Seuss. Tiffany Neri, tell us more.
It's March 2 today, and March 2 might just as well be any normal day for a lot of people. But for Cat in the Hat, the Lorax, and the Grinch Stole Christmas fans, it is actually quite an important day, and here's why. March 2 is the birthday of the popular children's book author, Dr. Seuss. Theodore Seuss Geisel was born on March 2, 1904, and in the 1950s he wrote children's books under the pen name that many people know him by, Dr. Seuss. Among his works are Oh, the Places You'll Go, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Green Eggs and Ham, Horton Hears a Who, The Cat in the Hat, and so many more. Not only have these works been published and quoted all throughout space and time, there are also movie and musical adaptations of the whimsical worlds he cooked up. Happy birthday, Dr. Seuss. And so I leave you with one of his most famous quotes, "Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you." Happy birthday, Dr. Seuss! This is Tiffany Neri for Lifestyle on SunStar Tonight. Back to you, Cherry.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Cherry Ann Lim, and this has been SunStar Tonight. See you again tomorrow. Good night.